I am Chitra Ganesh, the academic lead for Bharat Yogavidya Kendra, and today we are all very excited to begin this 21-day yoga journey, uh, culminating on the International Day of Yoga on 21st June. So, what are we going to do in these 21 days, and why 21 days? Now, we all know that old habits die hard. So, if we want to go ahead and inculcate new habits, we need to work on it consistently. And that is what the Yoga Sutras also talks about. It talks about Nirantar Abhyas, which means continuous, constant practice. Now, 21 days is an ideal time when we practice something continuously. It starts working on the neurological pathways of our brain. We tend to form into consistent habits when we do something on a daily basis regularly. Now, as far as yoga is concerned, today we know that there are so many types of yoga available to all of us. There are different styles of yoga, schools of yoga, and sometimes we may also be left a little confused about what yoga is all about, right? So, through this 21-day journey, we are trying to create the awareness about this ancient science and wisdom and art form that can really enrich one's life when you incorporate it in the true sense. So, what is yoga all about? Yoga, as we know, comes from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means to merge, to come together, union. And what is coming together with this practice? We are trying to establish harmony. Harmony with first our own selves, right? Harmony with our mind, our body, and our breath. Further on, when we are established in this inner harmony, this harmony starts exuding to the family members and to the community that we live in. And going beyond that is when we start becoming harmonious with nature itself and all the elements of nature. So, to reach that state of harmony with nature, one needs to learn to transcend from the individual self or the individual consciousness to the expansive or the universal consciousness. And this is where yoga comes in. It provides the tools and techniques which, when employed at different stages in our life, we find that we can find our inner balance and move ahead and establish ourselves in that expansive consciousness. So, to begin this journey, going with the theme of Bharat Yogavidya Kendra, where we believe that yoga is just not about doing asanas. Yoga is going beyond asanas. It transcends the mat that we practice on. Because what we practice on our yoga mats is like net practice. In any sport, when you want to play the sport, you initially do net practice and try those couple shots on the nets before you go to the main field and play the game. And that is what this practice is all about. So the 1 hour that we practice on our mats is to prepare to be able to deal with real life challenges, to deal with real life situations when we step out into the real world. Yoga is also that grounding tool that we can have as a sadhana or as a daily practice, which can help us retune our mind and body. Because every day we interact with this world, we come across so many situations, different types of people, and what happens at the end of the day is we tend to carry a lot of baggage with us. Now, these baggages could be in terms of emotional, hurtful feelings, it could be in terms of frustration, it could be in terms of anger, it could be in terms of unfulfilled dreams, a variety of sorts. And this is what causes stress today. We all know and we've heard time and again how stress is the primary factor for all the diseases that are getting manifested in our lives. So, to deal with all these multitude problems, we have this beautiful ancient science and tradition that we can incorporate on a regular basis to be able to find the balance to move ahead with living life completely and happily and more fulfilling. Moving on, the yoga that we teach at Bharat Yogavidya Kendra is rooted in the tradition of the Nath Sampradaya. The Nath Sampradaya, starting from Adinath and moving on to all the other Nath gurus like Matsyendranath, Gorakhnath, have provided so many books and knowledge resources for all yoga practitioners across the world. Today, our living yogi, Sri Madhukarnath, is there with the Bharat Yoga Vidya Kendra to guide us through our practices and through what we teach at the school.